Hey guys, this is Elliot coming to you from the Wartune test server, and in this video I'm going to go ahead and try out this new dungeon coming up in patch 7.5 called Eudaemon War. I suspect that we're only able to use our Euds, but it's not totally obvious here. Maybe we can do this just to separate us a little bit. I'm going to go on a non-attempt first. It's one of these weekly dungeons, sort of. I suspect it's going to be like Holy Sword Temple, but with Eudaemons. But yeah, so there's normal, nightmare, and hell, and the rewards look to be all this like refinement and enchantment stuff for Eudaemon gear. So I suspect that we want the stuff from the hell difficulty, just because those are a lot more rare. And yeah, so we'll just give it a go. I don't know if they're gonna let us do the next difficulty after we beat it. Oh, it looks just like Holy Sword Temple. Looks almost identical. Alright, yeah, even the monsters look the same. This is not terribly creative. Okay, so we can also get will gears from this as extra rewards. And we have final boss buff, crit rate, increase, block rate, damage dealt, damage received. I don't see a water and wind boss. Okay, so maybe that's next. Yeah, well, let's just give it a go. See what happens. Right now I'm using a Sea Witch, which I made this time around. This is one of the new possible willpowers. I'll try and show some of the other ones. I also made the Death Spectre, which I think looks really awesome, and then I made one of the other ones last time. Okay, so that was easy enough this time. A very strong tune and a very strong willpower apparently, so this is gonna be really easy at first. I'm not seeing any of the rewards we got because we're not on attempt. It won't give us anything for that. But hopefully next time we're able to do the next difficulty. Okay, so is there another floor? What's going on? Hurry to the transport point. Everyone else is... Oh, it's in the middle. Okay. Why can't I see Oogie? Is he like hiding his character or something? Or is he wearing some outfit that... He must be wearing some sort of clothing item that doesn't show. Be nice to be able to show the boss. Okay, a little lag. The test server is always laggier for me than the main servers. Accidentally put me in the back, which I think I get why that happened, but it wasn't. Anyway, it's alright. Probably shouldn't have Oogie tanking, but that's okay. So now we finally have this wind and water boss, but we had multiple light and dark ones, so who knows what we're getting ourselves into. Okay, so final boss buff. So maybe we have 4 more levels and then a boss one. Seems like logical progression. So these guys, for Sea Witch, I have some AoE, not like all AoE, but some area damage for front row, back row, and all enemies, and then a couple of the area heals. I think that Sea Witch is probably going to be what I make on the main server. I think it's really hard to give up the opportunity to have a healer. That's just, you know, everybody wants that support. It's not like every situation needs a healer, and in some situations healers are so good at staying alive that you end up losing on timer and things like Ares War and Venus Battle and stuff like that. So so yeah, that might not actually be a good thing, but right now that's what I have in mind, is making a Sea Witch for the main server. Try this one. So I have these at level 5, which isn't amazing, but There are more ways to get like books of wisdom and stuff in the game now, so I'm hoping that once I make one of these, I'm able to upgrade the skills a bit. So yeah, I think this is the last floor, and then we'll get a boss floor. Alright, so all of these are grayed out, and we got... I think if we were on attempt, we would get all of these rewards. Do we have the boss? Boss, yes, okay, Storm Rage. So here's the dark boss. Oh, come on. There we go. So I'm hoping that we can do the next difficulty after we pass this, but I have a feeling, you know, there are other things in the game where you have to beat the first difficulty on attempt. So if that's the case, that'll really suck. But Storm Rage has been defeated. Click to exit dungeon. I'll invite again. Oh, we can do Nightmare. Perfect. Okay. So not an awful lot of invitation options on the test server. I'm glad Oogie's here. So we'll try and go on attempt for the hell difficulty, since those are probably the rewards I want. Well, who knows? Oogie, depending on how good his gear is on his kids, he might have wanted to do this dungeon. It could just be that my kids are so OP that none of this is going to be difficult, which will be sort of boring video, but that's okay, just so we can see it. It's basically Holy Sword Temple for the kids, but oh, I did it this way again. I keep on meaning to tank, and then I do it in the wrong order. Oh well. Maybe I can, at this point, switch. Death Spectre is easily my, like, at least right now, my favorite art in the game. I was pretty pleased to see that. I just think that she looks so cool. At level 10, she doesn't look nearly as awesome. She just doesn't have all of the, like, mechanical setup and the whole robot thing going. But just art-wise, I think that this looks really awesome. For any of you who maybe play Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which is a mobile game I really enjoy playing, there was actually a fan contribution, like a fan art thing, where someone designed a unit for it, designed a hero, and they made this little mage, black mage called Kelsis, and he'll like wield these big mechanical arms and like beat people up with them, but he's a mage, so he uses his magic to move them around. And the art for Death Spectre reminds me of that a bit, of like having a magical unit, or she looks sort of like a magician, but is wielding this big robot. I think that's very cool. That said, this dungeon is pretty boring when it's this easy, so you guys are going to have to, hey, maybe I won't cast, so you see how much damage you deal, because right now it looks sort of ridiculous. Alright, can I do anything sort of neutral? Oh, these are all damage skills. I have the wrong kit on for dealing no damage. Alright, so he one-shots the bosses also, and he doesn't even have one of the fancy willpowers, so at least for now, Uki's at 20, almost 30 million BR, which is a little less than the BR I have on the main server, so it's not gonna really matter. Well, I guess, I don't know how I feel about it. It's like you don't want something so difficult that, you know, you need an outrageous amount of BR for it. At the same time, there's almost no dungeons that are, you know, difficult in the game anymore. I mean, the most difficult dungeon is really Holy Sword Temple, and that's just about it. So no cast, no crit was 2 million. So yeah, this is not, at least for now, not gonna be a difficult dungeon. I don't see it being so much harder in the hell difficulty that we're not able to pass it. That's Spectre. She looks great. Oh, and that's an auto attack, and that's pretty cool. She spins around. So yeah, that Spectre is definitely not my my priority willpower to make on the main server. I really think that I'm gonna go with a Sea Witch, but for sure she looks cool enough that I hope that I get enough materials to make one. Alright, last time we're doing the Hell version, and we're going to use our attempt. And so this is what I was suspecting. We're getting golden sand, and we're getting these dragon bloodstones. We've been able to get some of these recently with the anniversary gifts that are around in Cloud City. And I was saying that looks to be the only way to get these golden sands in the game. The dragon bloodstones we're able to get from the hot events sometimes, from refining refining with other materials. But yeah, so this will be a way to get those gold sands without, you know, caching. That said, I mean, these materials are just not that big of a deal. I think the reason why you probably do this is for the will gears. Okay, so 60 golden sands, dragon bloodstone, and then use to spin. Okay, so hopefully when we clear one level we get one of these. Let me just make this aesthetically more pleasing, I guess. It has to be like that. Okay. Third time's the charm. And when you do stuff like anything with Eudaemons, you want to make sure that if you're only using your Eud, so like especially if you're like trying to get go farther in what's it called, Endless Abyss. So did we get those will gears? When do we get those? So it says extra rewards, but I don't. Okay, at least did not in text tell me that we got those. But yeah, so you just want to make sure that your best Sylph is attached to your main Eudaemon, so that their BR is as high as it can go. So like if you're trying to get an extra level in Endless Abyss, that's a good time to make sure you do that. Obviously, if you're in a PvP situation, you want your best Sylph on your hero, but for this type of stuff, I have my super high BR, like 3 million BR Thor attached to this Eud. Yeah, so still one-shotting everything, so I apologize that this is not like the most challenging or interesting video, but at least you guys know, you know, this sort of reminds me of doing Terra Temple the first time, where I went with a party that I thought, you know, oh, we'll make sure we have a strong party to get through the whole thing, and then it turned out to be super easy. So this is sort of like that, you know. I'm sure for, you know, weaker players, like maybe even somebody with a BR in the teen millions, like, you know, 15 million, maybe this will be a little bit more effort, but by the looks of it, it's not going to be too difficult. This is the, like, awakening skill for the willpowers, but I'm just not super familiar with it. I think it's like an automatic skill that whenever it fills up, it's used. Oh, awakening hotkey. Spacebar. I don't even know what the awakening skills really do. I'm not terribly, you know, familiar with the willpower system yet. I've made them on the test server, but really haven't had a chance to use them that much. It's still not showing me getting these will gears, but maybe they show up in my inventory anyway. But yeah, so I just don't know that much about anything about the willpowers. I just got enough materials on the main server in order to make one, but I just want to wait until the patch is out and then probably make a sea witch. I just think that the ones that are currently available before the patch are not that appealing. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, but Death Spectre is just winning it for the art. I really like it. Let's see what. I think this is Delphic. Yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, that's pretty awesome with the swords. Alright, last one. Two to 4 enemies, 410%. Reduce target crit rate. I mean, by 5%. That's, and then this one reduces block rate. I just don't really know how beneficial that is. It could be amazing. It could be just complete trash, which is what I suspect it is. Block rate, yeah, alright. Okay, you guys, so that is the new dungeon. So in total, I think there are 2 bosses per level, and each one gives 60 golden sand and 5 dragon bloodstone. So that's, I mean, a good chunk of refinement materials. You get that once a week, and this will definitely help. Oh, there's another level. Oh, I forgot about the final boss. I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're done. But here's the final boss. Still not going to be that difficult. If you are having trouble with this, because there's just no way for me to tell how actually difficult this is going to be, I suspect it's not too bad. But you know, if you have a team that's struggling through it, you're going to want, you know, some healers. So it's a good time to think about, you know, which classes you need. You want somebody with an oracle and somebody who's going to deal more damage. But I suspect that it's just sort of like Holy Sword Temple, where you want to bring your best Sylph or your best Eudaemon or Willpower, and BR is going to be a little bit more important than class. Alright, so now we're actually done. And it still doesn't tell me when I get those will gears, but I think that you get these. I think we get a total of 120 will gears, which is good if you have a willpower. If you don't, then you just need to go ahead and sort of plug through Eudaemon Signet. I think that there will be more of those materials in the hot events and stuff like that. But yeah, those are the new Euds, or the new willpowers. I keep on calling them Eudaemons, it's just how it's gonna be. But yeah, there's Sea Witch, Death Spectre, and Eagle Warrior. If you guys want to see full videos of each of these, about, you know, previews of all their skills and stuff, Cosmos has already done videos on each of those, so definitely go check them out. And yeah, so those are all 3 difficulties of the new Eudaemon War multiplayer dungeon. So I hope you guys get through that just fine when it comes out, and you can definitely go on non-attempt to clear the earlier difficulties, and then once you get to the difficulty you want to do, go ahead and use your attempt. So thanks for watching, you guys. Take care and have a very good day.